of exams also long back. So we have to encourage Hindi. Earlier they used to have, I don't know, even now also students will take such type of examination. We used to have Dakshina Bharata Hindi Prachara Sabha, through which we used to take different examinations like Prathama, Dvitiya, Madhyama, Visharada, all those things. So let me see. Actually, I have done my MS in counseling and psychotherapy. It's not pure psychology from Kuvempu University. The topic which is given to me is mental. Is it on? So I'm audible, right? It's okay, fine. Mental health in modern life or modern days. That is the topic given to me. But when we hear the word mental health, what comes to your mind?
Deprived of an opportunity to go to Nimhans.
Okay, exactly. Exactly. Nimhans comes to our mind. Fine. Then what else?
Keeping a peaceful state of mind so that you'll not be, hypertensed or low sometime, less energetic.
Exactly.
Whatever will be the situation around you, you should be in a calm state and to handle everything with a proper care.
Correct. Deprived, tensed, pressure, all those things will come to your mind, right? That's why today I'm not going to give you purely a lecture on mental health, because we start thinking about many technical terminologies like schizophrenia, OCD, Bolivia, all those things we start thinking about, plus stress, anxiety, depression, all these things.
So they have become fact terms now.
Exactly. Even small children, correct. Even if you talk to a small child, the boredom will be mentioned as depression.
Yeah.
A small child will use all these words. It's really very surprising for me also. But just to understand the names of many mental diseases or the terminologies which are associated with mental health will not help us. That's why our tradition has given a wonderful idea of staying calm, as you said, and also lead a very healthy and good life is mainly the stories. So today I'll talk more about stories, how stories could help our mental health. So English is also fine with you, right? Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Or purely Hindi. Okay. What are you actually?
I've done masters in biotech. So I'll try this.
Okay, wonderful. So I wanted to know about your names also. What's your name? What do you do? Vijay?
Vijay. So I stay in Bangalore, so I work for Accenture.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Ashwini, I run my own branding firm. I'm into branding and communications.
What is it?
Branding and communications.
Branding and communications. Okay. Nice.
My name is Sanatana. I was working with IBM. Now I'm a homemaker. We both are husband and wife.
Oh, wonderful.
She's my sister.
Oh, wonderful. Right.
My name is Akansha.
Akanksha.
Yes, I reside from YIC Banaras. From there, and there's a master's in biotech.
Nice.
I'm Shruti from Bangalore. I've studied Masters in Structural Engineering. I was working with Atkins as a senior structural engineer. But after my son, I quit, and now I've slowly started career towards public speaking and training students in terms of motivational speeches and other sessions. Slowly, I've just started with it.
Wonderful. Very nice. So now, It's really a wonderful opportunity to meet you all. Whenever I come here, whenever I speak with the students of YIC, it's really an opportunity for me to learn many things. So I'm very thankful to Rajesh for that. It's not he is giving me, like he is calling me, all those things are secondary. So when it comes to stories, let me start with a simple activity in the beginning itself. All of you would have heard about from the childhood, not even childhood, even if we look back to our Puranas, Bhagavata Purana, if we look into, we come across a story of Prahlada. When he was in the womb itself, he was listening to the stories of Lord Vishnu. And the story of Abhimanyu, when he was in the womb of his mother Uttara, there also he was listening to the techniques of all war, how to enter into Kurukshetra. Krishna was telling the story. We have heard all these things. So the stories will start from the day or when the womb starts listening, his ears starts activated when the infant is in the womb itself. It starts from there. So after that, when a child starts learning 2 to 3 words to say, to communicate, within 8 or 9 months, we start telling them the stories, and they will start understand what is it. What is the life, and how to pronounce the word, and how to communicate with the family members, and all other motor skills also the child will learn. So whatever the stories you have heard till now, remember one story. Any story it would be. Stories like stories from Puranas or Panchatantra stories or Jataka stories or fairy tales, anything, whichever is your favorite story. You can take some time and remember a story. And remember all the characters of that story and see that to which character you can associate yourself with, you want to identify yourself with. Take some time. Remember a story and then remember all the characters of the story, and also just identify one character with which you want to identify yourself with. And then we will discuss why. You can let me know if you are ready.
ಕತೆ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಟ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು.
ಸರಿ.
ಕತೆ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಹಾಂ, ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ಜ್ಞಾಪಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ, ಅಥವಾ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವುದು ಬೇಡ ಅಂತ ಅನಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೋ ಟು ಅನದರ್ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ. ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಕತೆಗಳು ಕೇಳಿರ್ತೀವಿ, ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ನಮಗೆ ಫೇವ್ರೇಟ್ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಟೈಮ್, ಬಟ್ ನೀವು ಆಮೇಲಿಂದನೂ ಈ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿನ ಮುಂದುವರ್ಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು. ಬಟ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಆಫ್ ನಾವು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ ಕತೆ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕಕ್ಕೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ. ಸೊ ಶಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಫಿನಿಶ್ಡ್, ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಲಿಸನ್ ಟು ಹರ್. ಸೊ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಫೇವ್ರೇಟ್ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ? ಆ್ಯಂಡ್
This story was my grandmother, paternal's grandmother used to tell me when I was a child. So there was a king. This is not related to any spiritual book or something. This is a story. So there was a king. He has 3 daughters and a very big king. So once he loved his daughter, and his daughter also loved him very much. So one day he asked his daughters that you all love me. Give me some sign or thing how much you love me. So and ask them to prepare something which can exhibit things by which they can tell that yes, this is how much we love you. So everyone, 3 of the daughters prepared things. One daughter prepared the food, and for the first and second he praised. For the third, there was no salt in the food. So the king got angry. He told, you haven't put the salt, what food is this? So she told like, yes, I love you like salt. So he was very angry, he didn't understand. He threw her out and married her to a woodkeeper, woodpecker and all that type of people, cut the wood, a carpenter type. And for the rest of the 2 he married to a king. So time passed like that, and she was very clever. So she somehow worked very hard with her husband, and slowly she gained that prosperity, money and everything. So one day when the king was old, she invited the king. He doesn't know anything about her, where she is she alive or not. So she asked her father to come, just an invitation for a puja. So he came. She gave him so many foods and all, but he wanted to know who is this lady. So suddenly when she came, she asked her, she was covering her mouth. So how did you like the food? It is very good. So that is why I told you I like you like the salt, because this salt is the thing which brought taste to the food, and you are the taste of my life. You are everything for my life. If you don't have that thing, that essence of life, then you are that beloved to me. So the king realized I was wrong, because that was the most important thing for that food which she wanted to do.
Okay, wonderful. It's a wonderful story. And with whom you are?
I guess I can relate myself to the daughter only.
Third daughter? Yes.
Because they can be very much of the materialistic things. We can show love or affection or show off to other people. But if there are few things which are very essential to life, and we cannot. Maybe that sound good to someone, that may not sound good to someone else. But yes, those are the essence of life. Those are the beauties of relationships.
Correct. So
what people think doesn't matter, but those will be there. And one should be straightforward.
One should be
straightforward.
Hardworking also. So you are relating with that third daughter, saying that you are a very hardworking girl.
Yes, I believe in karma rather than luck.
So okay, you believe in hardworking, and also you are straightforward.
Yes. I cannot please people.
You cannot please people. Okay. So this is one of the beauty of stories. you can stay away from the situation and relate to a character, or you can communicate with anyone through the story without telling about yourself. So you have told why you are relating yourself with that girl, but you did not tell us that. But nowhere in the story it is like the last princess was a hardworking girl, or she was straightforward, anything like that. Directly those things were not mentioned when you were narrating the story. But at the end, when I asked why you are identifying yourself with that princess, then you came up with those words, which gives clarity to yourself and also to the person with whom you are living with, or to whom you are trying to communicate about yourself. So, others?
I'm not a person who has watched more of this comic stories, or ನಾನು ಕೇಳಿದ್ದು ಬರೀ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಜ್ಜಿ ಕಥೆಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾತ್ರ. ಸೊ ಅಜ್ಜಿ ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಇರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅಜ್ಜಿನೇ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಕಥೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ಮೆಮೊರಿ ಇವಾಗ ಅಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ನನಗೆ ನೆನಪಿರೋದು ಒಂದು 2-3 ಕಥೆಗಳು ಮಾತ್ರ. ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಸುಧಾಮನ್ ಕಥೆ, ಮಾರ್ಕಾಂಡೇಯನ್ ಕಥೆ, ಮತ್ತು ಭಕ್ತ ಪ್ರಹ್ಲಾದ ಕಥೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ಫೇವ್ರೇಟು ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಸುಧಾಮ. ಸುಧಾಮ ಕೃಷ್ಣನ್ ಮೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ. ಅವನು ನಮ್ಮ ಅಜ್ಜಿ ಹೇಳಿ ಕಥೆಯ ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ನಾನು ಯಾವ ಬುಕ್ಕಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಓದಿಲ್ಲ ಇದನ್ನ. ನಮ್ಮ ಅಜ್ಜಿ ಏನು ನನಗೆ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅದ್ರ ಬೇಸ್
ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ
ಅವನ ಹೆಂಡತಿ ಅವನು ಕಳಿಸ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ತುಂಬ ಹೇಳಿ ಕಳಿಸಿರ್ತಾನೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ತುಂಬ ಶ್ರೀಮಂತ, ಅದನ್ನು ಕೇಳು ಇದನ್ನು ಕೇಳು ಅಂತ. ಆದರೂ ಅವ್ನು ಹೋದಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನೇನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಫ್ರೆಂಡಿಂದ. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಬೆಳೆದಿದ್ರು, ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಓದಿದ್ರು, ಹಿ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್. ಸೊ ಅವನು ಮೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ ಅವನೊಂದು ಭಾಗ್ಯ ಅನ್ನೋ ಥರ ಫೀಲಿಂಗಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಫೇವ್ರೇಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮಿ. ಈವನ್ ದೋ ಹಿಸ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಲೈಫ್, ಐ ಮೀನ್ ವೆಲ್ತ್, ಹೆಲ್ತ್, ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್, ಪ್ರಾಸ್ಪೆರಿಟಿ, ಬಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಹಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್. ಸುಧಾಮ ಕೃಷ್ಣನ ಏನೂ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್.
ಸೊ ಆ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಶಿಪ್ ಒಂದೇ ನಂಬಿಕೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗಿರ್ತಾನೆ, ನನಗೆಲ್ಲ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಮೈ ಫೇವ್ರೆಟ್ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಶಿಪ್. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನು ರಿಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನನಗನ್ಸಿದ್ದು, ನಾನು ಇಷ್ಟು ದಿನ ಯಾವುದೇ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ದೇ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ವಿತ್ ಮೀ. ದೇ ಸರ್ಚ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮೀ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕಮ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್. ಐ ಮೀನ್ ನನಗೆ ಮರ್ತೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಜನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್. ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಜನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ನನ್ನ ಹುಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದು ಮಾತಾಡ್ಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ದೇ ಸೇ ಯು ಆರ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ವೆನ್ ಐ ಮೆಟ್ ಇನ್ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ಹುಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ನೌ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೇ ಫೀಲ್ ವೆರಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ವೆನ್ ದೇ ಸ್ಪೀಕ್ ಟು ಮೀ. ಮೀನ್ ನನಗೆ ಅದು ಇವಾಗ ರಿಯಲೈಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು, ಬಟ್ ಐ ನೆವರ್ ಥಾಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಟ್ ಬಿಫೋರ್. ಈ ಕಥೆನ ರಿಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ, ಸೊ ಐ ಫೈಲ್ ದಟ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಶಿಪ್ ಇನ್ ಮೀ. ಪೀಪಲ್ ಲವ್ಸ್ ಮೀ ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಶಿಪ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬಾಂಡಿಂಗ್.
ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಅದರೊಳಗಡೆ ಸುಧಾಮನ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ರಿಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಥವಾ ಕೃಷ್ಣನ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ? ನೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ. ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಈ ಸ್ಟೋರೀಸ್ ಅದು ಒಂದು ಬ್ಯೂಟಿ ಏನು ಅಂದರೆ, ನಮ್ಮನ್ನೆಲ್ಲೂ ನಾವು ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ಅಗತ್ಯ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು ಕೃಷ್ಣನೂ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ವಿಷ್ಣುನೂ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಹಿರಣ್ಯಕಶಿಪುನೂ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಏನೂ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತೀರಿ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ, ಈಗ ನಾನು ಕೃಷ್ಣನ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ಸ್ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಾದರೆ, ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ತೋರಿಸ್ಬೋದು ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. ಆದರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ನೀವು ಯಾಕೆ ಆ ಥರದ್ದು ಆಬ್ಸ್ಟೇಕಲ್ಸ್ನೋ ಅಥವಾ ಆ ಥರದ್ದು ರೆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ನೀವೇ ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀರಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು, ಅಂದರೆ ಇದು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ನೀವು ಹಾಕ್ಕೋತೀರಿ ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ಲ.
ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೇಚರ್ ಇದೆ ನನಗೆ. ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಆ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸಮ್ವೇರ್ ಲೋ ಅಂತ
ಹೇಗೆ ಏನು ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ? ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ರಿಯಲೈಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
ಇನಿಷಿಯಲಿ ಲೈಕ್ ಐ ನೀಡ್ somebody's help to realize that. That's how my journey till now. Like
okay.
Initially even ಒಂದು ಟಾಸ್ಕ್ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ I feel I cannot do it. ನನಗೆ ಆ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ
ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಶುರುವಿಗೆ ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ನಿಮ್ದು ಲಿಮಿಟೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಏನು, ಅಥವಾ ನಾನು ಈ ಥರ ನಂಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ನನಗೆ ನಾನೇ ಅನ್ಕೋತೀನಿ, ಅದು ನನಗೆ ತೊಂದರೆ ಆಗ್ತಾಯಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಮತ್ತು ನೀವು ಹೇಳೋದ್ರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನಿಮಗೆ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಶಿಪ್ಗೆ ನೀವು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬೆಲೆ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ. ಮತ್ತು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇದುವರೆಗೂ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಹುಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದು ಮಾತಾಡಿಸ್ತಾರೆ, ನೀನು ಹಾಗೆ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ ಅವಾಗ? ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಬಂದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆ ಮಾತು ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಇವಾಗ ನೀವು ಈಗ ತಾನೇ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಿ ಏನಂತ ಅಂದರೆ ನನಗೆ ಆ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಈ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಬಟ್ ಆ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಹುಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಅಪ್ರಿಷಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಆ ಮಾತಿಗೂ ಮತ್ತು ಅವ್ರು ಬಂದು ಅಪ್ರಿಷಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೂ ಎರಡಕ್ಕೂ ನೀವು ಹೇಗೆ ಹೋಲಿಕೆ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಿ, ಅಥವಾ ಆ ಎರಡೂ ಮಾತಿನಿಂದ, ಆ ಎರಡೂ ವಿಷಯಗಳಿಂದ ನಿಮ್ಗೇನು ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ?
ಎರಡು ಮಾತು
ಒಂದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ನೀವೇ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು, ನನಗೆ ಆ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಈ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಾನೇನು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ.
ಒಂದು ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರು ಕೆಲಸಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು ಟಾಸ್ಕ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಐ ಫೀಲ್ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಇನಫ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟು. ಈಗ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಂದು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಅಪ್ರಿಷಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ನೀನು ಆವಾಗ ಹೇಗಿದೆಯೋ ಈಗಲೂ ಹಾಗೇ ಇದೆಯಾ, ಈಗಲೂ ನೀನು ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಶಿಪ್ ಇಷ್ಟ ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೆ ನೀವು ಏನು ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀರಿ ಮತ್ತು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ.
ದಟ್ ಒಂಥರ ಮೋಟಿವೇಶನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ನನಗೆ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಬಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ನ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಯಾರು ಹರ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋ ಥರ ಇಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಅಂತ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ತುಂಬ ಅವರ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ವಿಷಯ ತಲೆ ಹಾಕೋದಾಗಲಿ ಆ ಥರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ದೇ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಶಿಪ್ನ ಯಾವ ಲೆವೆಲಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಇರಬೇಕು ಆ ಥರ ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀನೇನೋ ಆ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ ಇದೆ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಅಂತ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ.
ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್, ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲ್. ಈ ವಿಷಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ನೈಸ್.
ಸೊ ನನಗೆ 2-3 ಕಥೆಗಳು ತಲೆಗೆ ಬಂತು. ಸೊ ಅಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ನಾನು ಬೆಳೆದಿದ್ದ ವಾತಾವರಣದಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ಕಥೆ ಅಂದರೆ ನನಗೆ ಪೌರಾಣಿಕ ಕಥೆಗಳೇ ತಲೆಗೆ ಬರೋದು. ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಬೆಳೆದಿದ್ದ ವಾತಾವರಣ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ನನಗೆ 2 ಕಥೆ ತಲೆಗೆ ಬಂತು. ಒಂದು ಗಜೇಂದ್ರ ಮೋಕ್ಷದ ಕಥೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹರಿಶ್ಚಂದ್ರನ ಕಥೆ, ಸತ್ಯ ಹರಿಶ್ಚಂದ್ರನ ಕಥೆ. ಗಜೇಂದ್ರ ಮೋಕ್ಷದ ಕಥೆನಲ್ಲಿ ಐ ರಿಲೇಟ್ ಮೈಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ವಿತ್ ದಟ್ ಎಲಿಫೆಂಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಐ ಟೆಲ್ ಯು ಸಿಮಿಲಾರಿಟೀಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದೀಸ್ 2 stories which I came across. ಹರಿಶ್ಚಂದ್ರನ ಕಥೆ ಐ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಹರಿಶ್ಚಂದ್ರ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಟ್ರೂತ್ಫುಲ್ನೆಸ್ ಆರ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್, but because of his perseverance through his difficult times. So now there is another perspective for this Harishchandra story. So the entire Harishchandra lived for around 80-90 years across his lifetime. And this whole episode where he lost his kingdom, he lost his son and everything, and his son was alive, all of these took for his son. When he left his wife, she was pregnant, and when the son was bitten by the snake, he was around 12 years old, 8 to 10 years, somewhere at that age. So the entire Harishchandra story happened only within the span of 12-13 years. And there was an entire life ahead of him, which was very beneficial for him, and this was just a phase. This is just a small, when we compare his life with 90 years of his life, this 10-15 years was just a part of it. It's not even around 20% of its time, where he was faced very lot of difficult situations, but he was able to persevere. Okay, so and same thing with Gajendra Moksha also, where that elephant, even when its leg is held by a crocodile, it was able to bring its mind into a composure and then call Vishnu. Because whenever we are in distress, we will be thinking about getting rid of that crocodile. That will be my first reaction. The elephant was able to call Vishnu, where Vishnu came, and that story continues. But that very act of coming away from the difficult situation and thinking about God, or going through some difficult times and persevering that, thinking that I have good times ahead. Because these I have always in my life I have always gone through these kind of situations multiple times. Okay, so every time I have always had that inclination towards going to God, okay, and seeking help from Him. I have gone to God even when I was not in distress. So it's not that whenever I want and I'm in distress I go to God. It's not like that. So I'm highly religious or spiritual, or you can call it, give it any name you want. I'm very dharmic, you can say about that. So that way, whenever even from my school days, whenever I had difficult situations, I always had thought that this is just a phase. I have a bright future ahead after this, and I was able to let go of the crutches that I was held with, and then pray to God or do some religious activities where I get rid of this because of the help of the God. So this has happened much. And one more thing is, when you said you think of a story, okay, first few 5-6 minutes I was not able to recall any story. Now my mind went very blank. Now there were, I know hundreds of stories, or even probably thousands of stories. I've read the Puranas, the Ramayana, Mahabharata, the original text of that. And then, but I was not able to recall any of the incidents of my own life, or not even any story for that matter. Finally, I circled down to these two things.
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, it's absolutely fine. It happens because there was no any preparation. I did not give any clue before coming here, or one day before I would have told you people, come prepared with a story. Then you would have prepared with lot of things. But suddenly, even life also throws lot of things on us suddenly. So it gives no time, no space to think. Actually, whatever you have told, we go blank many times. It happens with us. It's absolutely fine, wonderful. You narrated the story also very nicely. And I appreciate your way of looking into life, persevering and also seeking help from God. Both things you are doing. So you said you will persevere and also you will seek help. Do you think till now, you think you are unable to recall any of the situations in your life as of now, but still, do you think you have come out of all those difficulties because of perseverance or because of God's help?
Okay, so there was one situation where I was, I just got a regular fever, and then the fever didn't reduce, and I was hospitalized. Okay, so when I was hospitalized, and the doctor suspected it could be either tuberculosis or cancer. Okay, so they had to take out a lymph node from my thighs, and then they had to do some tests, culture test or something of that kind. Okay, so it took probably a day or two for the results to come. Until then, I was in the hospital, and the doctor was telling this to my wife, and they were thinking that I was asleep, but I was not asleep. So I got to know that it can either be tuberculosis or cancer. Okay, so that time, so I was sure that there is nothing that I can do at this stage about that. It's only with the help of God that I can. This can be brought to a proper conclusion. Okay, so whether health or whatever it happens, it can be taken care properly only by God. So that is when, even when it comes to chanting mantras, I knew a lot of mantras, but I was not able to, even from childhood I have been chanting those lot of mantras, it could be like Vishnu Sahasranama or Vayustuti. There are a lot of mantras which I have been chanting from childhood. I was not able to recall any of them except Stotra and Raghavendra Swami. Okay, so I chanted that mantra multiple times, through in the hospital, and I feel that I got rid of it. It was both TB and cancer came negative. Okay, I think it all happened because of the grace of the Raghavendra Swami and nothing else. Because there was nothing that I could do about it. Whatever that I could have done, good, bad, ugly, I have already done. I've gotten to that stage. From there onwards, it's only from the help of God that I can recover.
Wonderful, great. So it's really, I'm so glad that you have shared so personal and intimate experience of yours with all of us. You trusted us. It's so wonderful. Thank you.
ದಿನ ಇದೇ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕಥೆ ಹೇಳೋದು ಇವಾಗ ಹೇಳೋದು. My profession, I do this.
Oh, wonderful.
Part of my job is storytelling.
Good.
Strangely, I've got able to pick. So I think I'm still not able to relate to a particular character, but I'm able to relate to certain acts in different stories. So ಇದು ಒಂದು ಪಂಚತಂತ್ರದ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ. ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ಪಾರಿವಾಳ ಬದಲು ಸೇರ್ಕೊಂಡಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಒನ್ ಗೈ ಸೇಸ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆದರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡ ಕೆಲಸ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಬಲೆ ಸಮೇತ ಎತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೊರಗೋಣ, ಹಿರಣ್ಯಕ ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ನೋಡ್ತಾಳೆ, ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಸೊ ಅವರಷ್ಟು ಬಲೆ ಎತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹಾರೋಗ್ತಾರೆ, ಒಂದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಬಿಡಿಸುತ್ತೆ, ಅದಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಒಟ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಲ್ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ನರೇಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಬೇಟೆಗಾರ ಹುಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ. ಒಂದಾದ್ರೂ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಈ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅವನು ಜಿಂಕೆ ಹಿಡಿಯಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ. ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಹಾಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದು ಜಿಂಕೆ ಸತ್ತಾಗಿ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಇನ್ನೇನೋ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಒಂದು 4-5 ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಒಬ್ರಿಗೊಬ್ರು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ ದೇ ಎಸ್ಕೇಪ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್. Now I see that happening in my business. We are like, as a team, we are complementary in nature. So, like, I mean, we don't escape from situations, but we deal with it together. ಅದು ಒಂದು. ಎರಡನೇದು, couple of other stories which have really impacted me was, ಒಂದು ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಆಶ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೆ. ಒಬ್ಬರು ಧ್ಯಾನ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಕೂತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಫಸ್ಟು 4 ಜನ ಓಡ್ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಯಾರೋ ಕಳ್ಳರು ಅಡ್ಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವರು ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿ ನೋಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಅವ್ರೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಇವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ನಾನು ಓದ್ಕೋತೀವಿ, ಕಳ್ಳರು ನಾವು ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕೊಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಉತ್ತರ ಕೊಡೋಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದೇ ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ದಟ್ ಇವ್ರು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಏನಂದರೆ, ನಾನು ಯಾರು ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ನಾನೇ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ತೋರಿಸಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ. ಅವ್ರು ಬಂದು ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಯಾರು ನೋಡಿದ್ರ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಇವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಜನ ಕೂತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಕೊಂದು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ ಕಡೆಗೆ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಮೀನ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ಬೀನ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಇಸ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಒಂದು ರೂಲ್ ಇದೆ, ದಟ್ ಡಸಂಟ್ ಮೀನ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಇಟ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಟೈಮ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಕಾಸಿಂಗ್, ಲೈಕ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಇವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯೇಟ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದೆಯಾ ಅಂತ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞೆ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ.
ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ.
ಅದು ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ಬಟ್ ದ ಹ್ಯೂಮರ್ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಈಸ್, ಒಬ್ಬ ರಾಜ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ. ಅವನು ಯಾರೋ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳೋದು ಇರ್ತಾನೆ, ಮುಂದೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಒಬ್ಬ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆನೇ ಮೊಮ್ಮಕ್ಕಳೆಲ್ಲ ಸುತ್ತೋಗ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ಹೀಗೆ ಸೆರಿಬಲಿ ಕ್ರಿಸ್ಟಾಫ್ ಅವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಜೈಲಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬ ಬರ್ತಾನೆ, ಅವನು ಅದನ್ನೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಈ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ಯಾಕೇಜಸ್ ಇಟ್ ವೆರಿ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್. ಈ ಸೇಸ್, ನೀವು ತುಂಬ ವರ್ಷ ಇರ್ತೀರಾ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆನೇ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ರೀವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ದ ಹೋಲ್ ಥಿಂಗ್.
ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಮೊಮ್ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗಿನ್ನ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ವರ್ಷ ನೀವು ಬದುಕ್ತೀರಾ.
Again, some of that again comes back to what I do on a day-to-day basis, because I deal with a lot of people. What I say, how I say matters a lot. Of course, I'm very straightforward and honest, but it is the way you put things across. How do you bring that clarity in communication, or what do you say? So, yeah.
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಆ ಹೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ಸರಿ ತಪ್ಪು ಅದು ಎರಡದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಏನು ಅಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ವಿಸ್ಡಮ್ ಅಥವಾ ವಿವೇಕ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಈಗ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ನೀವು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಡೀಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ಶಿಪ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಂದುವರಿತಾ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಏನು, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಫಾರ್ ಯು?
ಯಾವುದೇ ಅಂದರೆ ಲೈಕ್ ಯು ಸೆಡ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಬೋತ್. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮೀ. ಲೈಕ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಬೈ ನೇಚರ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಡ್ ಅರೌಂಡ್ ಪೀಪಲ್. Everybody is around me. I have to like figure out what am I communicating to whom to hold things together. That's how I'm placed right from childhood. So communication becomes, timing becomes key. ಯಾವುದೊಂದು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಹೇಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ, ಯಾರು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ, ಯಾವಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ, ತುಂಬ ಮಾತಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್ನು
ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಏನು ಅಂದರೆ, ನನ್ನ ಮಧ್ಯ ಯಾಕೆ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂದರೆ, ಇದು ಜನರಲ್ಲಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ನಾನು ಏನು ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂತಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಟೈಮ್ ಏನಿದೆ, ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ತುಂಬ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ. ಅದಾ ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ತಿರೋದು? ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಟು ದಟ್.
When you asked me to think of a story, I was unable to think, probably because none of my grandparents told me any story, nor my parents have told me any story. Probably their profession kept them busy, like both of them are working. The only story that I could recall was in school we had non-detailed book. I just could picture out Pandora and the box. And I would like to relate myself with Pandora. The reason being, as a character, there is a box in front of her. She always wanted to open that box, but there was something that was holding her back from opening that box. Probably some fear, or somebody might have put in some fear at her. But one day she made up her mind that this cannot go on, because she was curious at the same time. So it was fear that was holding her back, but at some point she had to break that fear of barrier of whatever she had created. So she goes there and finds out that there's absolutely nothing. So all this while she lost a lot of time thinking about too many things which was unnecessary, And from then on, she realized that she has to bring about certain changes, small changes, so that she can look life at a better way. So I would like to relate myself to her.
Mm-hmm. So, what are you then?
I am the character herself.
Okay.
So somebody who, yes, fear has always been there. So taking up challenges has always been a challenge for me. But after some point, through some experiences, we realize that we cannot be in that shell forever and cocoon ourselves, but we have to come out of it. So slowly, I'm like trying to bring about small changes, which will help us all, in fact, to a greater extent. So that's what I believe.
Wonderful. So, to change yourself, maybe by taking all those baby steps, do you seek help or do you wait?
I think sometimes I wait, probably because maybe I don't believe myself. That's the reason I wait for somebody else to come and offer help. But on the contrary, sometimes, for example, I have never seen how 5 o'clock looks like. But it has always been in my mind.
AM?
AM, 5
Okay.
in the morning looks like, because the habit has always been of waking up late, and nobody insisted also. But this getting up early in the morning has always stayed in my mind, but I never did that. But from a couple of months, like from 1 or 2 months, though it has been hard, I have put in a lot of effort to get up. But once I have crossed that 5 o'clock, now it's been easy for me. So which means all this while I delayed, nobody helped me. But after some time, through self-realization, I realized that okay, nobody is going to help you. You have to help your own self, and you have to come out of certain things which you really want to do.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So, all the stories are really wonderful stories. My next question is, based on these narrations, so what would you like to just say about stories? Kathe andre yenu anta ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಕಥೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ಏನು ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಮೇ ಬಿ 1 or 2 ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ನೀವು ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೋದು. ಎನಿಬಡಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್. So, all of us have heard a lot of stories now, almost more than 9 or 10 stories. By listening to all these stories, or from the childhood, whatever you have learned, or we have our own stories. So, what comes to your mind when you hear the word story? What is it actually for you? It may be anything.
Most of the stories you have a learning which you can take into your life. If you, when you are hearing the story, you may not realize as a child, but when you keep on rethinking on the story, in the first instance when you listen to a story, you may not understand completely, or you may not be able to pick the learning. But as you grow and when you rethink on the stories what you heard, or when you say the same story to your child, anybody, so there's always learning in the story.
Correct.
So you draw a lot of parallels what the characters dealing with, whether it's either or movies or any story, anything that you're dealing with, you're constantly looking for that parallel in your head.
Exactly.
It doesn't, I mean, not that you put an effort consciously, like I've seen that happening in conversations. There are times when we use a dialogue of the movie or from a show, you relate to that character so much. There is a lot of that behaviorally that you impart a lot of things without realizing. So there's a lot of relevance that stories bring to what you do, in the way you try yourself or act on things.
Fine. Perfect.
When I think of a story, I feel it is going to have a positive ending. Because all the storybooks that we read, it is always ending on a positive note. I don't see anything ending on a negative note.
So you have to read O. Henry short stories then.
All the stories that we have read all this while, is what I have read. There's always something to learn from it, or there is a positive ending that brings a smile on my face probably.
Okay.
Also, they evoke a lot of strong emotions.
Definitely. True.
So, Continue from where she left. No, stories are a way to convey a message by taking the person, by creating a situation, taking the person over there. So instead of merely telling the message, if I create a situation, mental situation, and then put that person in and then give that message, it will be more impactful. To create that impact is the primary objective of any story.
I think if you summarize, we can probably say empathetic experiences where you're not looking at the story or living the character along with the situations.
Yeah, true.
Those were old stories, but I feel they were very practical. We think they were king, they were that, but they're very practical. And in very small situation, they don't deal with very big things, very small, very minute things. But yes, they are very true.
Also, beauty of stories is the way the other person imagines everything for his or her own self. Like wherever the story lives, the person his imagination doesn't end with that story.
Correct.
It continues in his head.
Definitely, true.
That's something I really enjoy. Like when I see kids watching a Marvel movie, they come back, like any movie, superhero movie for that matter. The experience doesn't end there.
True.
They're continuing their narrative of that character back in their environment.
Okay. So,
How we think we select the character of the
exactly.
Yes.
True.
If we are positive, we'll select the positive. If we are negative, we'll like the negative character of the story.
Exactly.
It is nothing but your own self, I think. When you asked initially to choose a story, I think even in day-to-day life, whether we are watching serials or movies, without our knowledge, I think somewhere we are connecting to a character.
True.
If we are emotional, we obviously start crying. On the contrary, if I ask my husband, he will not be getting any tears. He is not that kind of a person. So without our knowledge, I think we are associating ourselves with something that is happening around us. Probably we are not realizing it.
True.
So that means things do affect us.
Definitely. So, as all of you have told, stories have different, what can be told? Like we can view a story from different angles. That is one thing. But actually, story, when we narrate a story to a small kid, many things we expect to communicate to the child. So when it comes to communication, I wanted to tell you at that point of time, communication is what is that we are expecting from the other person. What is that we are expecting from the other person that should come out. That is actual communication. Isn't it? Yeah. So how we say, how we tell, that the other person should understand that. Yeah. And also whatever we are expecting. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಕತೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಮಗು ಅದರಿಂದ ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳಬಾರ್ದು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕಲಿಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದಿರುತ್ತೆ ನನ್ನ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಷನ್. ನಾನು ಹೇಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಮಗು ಬೇರೆ ಥರ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತು ಅಂದರೆ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಕೇಟ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಸ್ಟೋರೀಸಿಂದ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದು ನಾನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬ್ರೀಫ್ ಮಾಡಿ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಟು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ. ಒಂದು ಸೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸ್ ನಮಗೆ ನೆರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಇವಾಗ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಒಬ್ಬ ರಾಜ ಇದ್ದ, ಅವ್ನು ಸತ್ತೋದ, ಅವ್ನು ಮದುವೆ ಆದ, ಅವನಿಗೆ ರಾಜ್ಯಾಭಿಷೇಕ ಆಯಿತು, ಅವ್ನ ಬಾಲ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೀಗಾಯಿತು. ಈ ಥರದ ಸೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಬಂದರೆ ಅದು ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. So stories will always help us to communicate anything in sequence. That's one thing. And also it helps us, as many of you have told, it brings a lot of emotions hidden within us, and also how to deal with all those things. It will help us. It's just, and also nowadays students will watch many YouTube videos, and also like Marvel and other things, which is those characters we cannot expect to be there on this earth. So all those things are there. Even many things when it comes to Ramayana and Mahabharata also, we cannot imagine Hanumanta was he flew from this point to that point to Lanka. is it possible practically? We start thinking like that. Even many other characters in all these stories. So children will start imagining things instead of showing them any movies or any like video clips. If we start narrating, it gives lot of area for children to imagine things. Imagination is very important for any human being to live. That is what missing nowadays among children. So ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಕಾಮಿಕ್ಸ್, ಆ ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್, ಆ ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್ ನೋಡಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದರದ್ದೇ ಅದು ಒಂದು ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನೇಷನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಹಡಗು ತುಂಬ ದೊಡ್ಡದಿತ್ತು ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನಿಂಗ್, ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡದು, ಎಷ್ಟು ಯೋಜನ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಅದೆಲ್ಲದನ್ನು ಅದ್ರ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದೇ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದ್ರ ಮುಂದೆ ಒಂದು ಆನೆ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತು ಅಂದರೆ ಓಕೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸೋ ಹ್ಯೂಜ್. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಲಿಮಿಟಿಂಗ್ the child's imagination to that point itself. So it's always, that's why I did not prepare any PPT today. Just I wanted to narrate. Normally I come with that preparation. So second ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಕತೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು. ಇದು ರೀಸೆಂಟಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿದ ಕತೆ. ಮೇ ಬಿ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಟೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಇದು ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದಿದೆ ಕತೆ, ಬಟ್ ಐ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ. ಅದಾದಮೇಲೆ ನಾನು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೋರಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ. ಆರಾಮಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಹಾಯ್, ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕತೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಹೇಳೋಣ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡೆ. ಸೊ ಮಗುನೂ ಬಂದಿದ್ದರಿಂದ ಈ ಕತೆನೇ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಬಹುಶಃ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಿರ್ಬೋದು ಇದನ್ನ. ಒಬ್ಳಿಗೆ ಅವಳಿ ಜವಳಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಗಂಡು ಮಕ್ಕಳು. ಅವಳು ಒಂದು ಮಗುಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೆಸರಿಡ್ತಾಳೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮಗುಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೆಸರಿಡ್ತಾಳೆ. ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಒಂದು ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಏನು ಅಂದರೆ, ಕರೆಯುವಾಗ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ, ಕರೆದ್ರೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ. ಅವಳಿಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದು ಇದು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ದೇ ಅವಳೊಬ್ಬಳು ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರ್ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗ್ತಾಳೆ. ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೇಳ್ತಾಳೆ, ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರೇ ನನಗೊಂದು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ನಾನು ಕರೆದ್ರೆ ಬರ್ತಾನೆ, ಕರೆದ್ರೆ ಬರ್ತಾನೆ, ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ನೀವು ಕರೆಯುವಾಗ ಅನ್ನಿ, ಕರೆಯುವಾಗ ಅನ್ನಿ, ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. So it was just for fun once. Did you understand that? You did not. My mother had twins, so she named them as, and so she wanted to call, then used to come. She wanted to call, used to come. So she wanted to solve that problem and she went to a doctor, and doctor said, whenever you want to call, call. Whenever you want to call, call. Problem is solved. So that's it. The stories always not only give any learning, ಪುಟ್ಟಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಇದು ಕತೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು. ಅಂದರೆ ಕಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀ ನಮಗೆ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಅಥವಾ ಇಮೋಷನ್ಸ್ ಬರೀ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಂಟರ್ಟೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇವಾಗ ನಾವು ರಾಮಾಯಣ ಮಹಾಭಾರತ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ರಾವಣನ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಇದೆ. ರಾವಣನ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಕೆಟ್ಟದು ಅಂತ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ವಾಲ್ಮೀಕಿ ಅಷ್ಟು ಕೆಟ್ಟತನನ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಅವನಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಿಸಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ದೆನ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗೋದು, ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಒಬ್ಬ ರಾವಣನ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಪ್ಲೇನಲ್ಲೋ ಅಥವಾ ಸಿನಿಮಾದಲ್ಲೂ ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ದ ಅವನು ರಾವಣನ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟ್ರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ವಿ ಆರ್ ಅಪ್ರಿಷಿಯೇಟಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ವಿ ಶುಡ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೆಲೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈಕ್ವಲಿ ಒಂದು ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟ್ರು ಇರಲೇಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಬಿಟ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪೀಸಸಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ. ಒಂದು ಕತೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ನನ್ನ ವರ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ನಾನು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟೋರೀಸ್ ಹೇಳಿ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಆನ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ಒಂದು ಸತಿ ಒಂದು 5 girls or 5 ladies, they have started a journey from a point. They were all trekkers. They were crossing a forest area, and they were supposed to reach a village after traveling for a day at least, maybe 10 to 12 hours. After traveling to 5 to 6 hours, a crossroad comes. where they can find a road towards their left, right, and also a road ahead to them. So they started discussing among themselves where to go, which road to be chosen. They had lot of discussion. Then one girl said, I'll go to my left. My intuition is saying that if I go to my left, then only I can reach to my destination, where the village where we are planning to go. Then the other girl says, no, I want to go to my right. That's what strongly I am believing. I will go to my right. Then one more girl said, I will go straight. We started from there, so we thought of going on this road. I want to go straight now. There is no other thought. Then one more girl said, I don't want to take left, right or straight. I'll go back from where I have come. I'll reach to that place and I may restart. With a proper planning, I'll go back. But imagine that you are the fifth girl. What would you do? What thoughts come to your mind?
She's giving up before exploring.
She's giving up before exploring, fine.
I would go back with the girl who is going back and restart.
Restart, fine.
Because I'm not sure where the other 3 roads will lead me to.
Exactly. You need not to choose all these 4 things only. You can think something else also.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎನ್ಕ್ವೈರ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಆ ಕಡೆ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಕೇಳೋದು.
ಕಾಡು ಯಾರೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಗೂಗಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ.
Go with the intuition.
Go with the intuition. Okay.
Because again, we have to come to the same path with the same situation. So we may try. It may be something new or maybe
Exactly. Something new. We can follow our intuition. Yeah. Anything else?
Maybe there's a calculated way of taking a risk. Depends on what time they are stuck there.
Correct.
They could have had a chat.
ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ
ನೀವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ? ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ದಟ್ ಫಿಫ್ತ್ ಗರ್ಲ್, ದೆನ್ ನೀನೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಿ ಪುಟಿ? ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದ್ದಿ ವಾಪಸ್. ಗುಡ್. ರಾಜೇಶ್ ನೀವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರಿ? ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರೋಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಹುಲಿ ಸಿಂಹ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಹೌದಾ? ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ, ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಸೆಟ್ಲ್, ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಹೋಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಇನ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ದ ಫಿಫ್ತ್ ಗರ್ಲ್ ಕ್ಲೈಮ್ಸ್ ಅಪ್ ಎ ಟ್ರೀ and she just observes, where am I now? If I go to my left, where I'll be landed up to, and if I go to right, what happens? If I go back, or if I go straight, what happens? So she could get an idea where that village would be. They have already crossed some 5 to 6 hours of journey. Then she will get a clear idea after climbing the tree, and then she continues in that direction. But by that time, all the 4 have already started their journey towards whatever their intuition has told them. So what would have happened to all of them?
You would have lost the route.
Lost the road, yeah.
Someone might have been successful in coming out also.
Successful in coming out also. Okay. What is that success means?
Initially, some people might have thought of backing off. One of the girls decided to still go and see whether it will lead to somewhere. So, luck was on her part that she did reach her destination.
Okay.
Despite all the difficulties that she faced.
Yeah, she would have reached.
So the girl who went back, she will definitely go back to
Correct.
where she started from.
Correct.
And the girls who took left, right, and one who went straight, one of them will surely find a village they want to go. The other 2 probably they might find another village or they might get lost.
Correct.
But the loser is the one who went up the tree, but she is standing in the crossroad, not taking any decision.
So she is
She will
the
choose the wrong road than standing in a crossroad. At least we are doing something.
No, she did not stood there. She was not standing there only. Just she persuaded after climbing up the tree, and she comes to know where to go. Then she proceeded. She did not stay there. She proceeded. There was no chance of staying there only. They had to move. Yeah. Like Rajesh, there is no opportunity for them to stay there and do meditation. They have to move on. Enlightenment ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ.
Yeah, so one car will go back, she's safe. And of the 4 remaining girls, 2 of them will definitely find the village. Because one girl who went up the tree, she wouldn't have.
Why 2 girls?
The other one would have gone in the same road, right?
No, nobody knows. The path, the girl who climbed up the tree would have chosen a path which is in between north and west. Anything it would be. It's not like straight only. It's not like that. Yeah, she would also have got some guidance from anyone, and she would also have reached the place. But that was not the path because of, like she did not know where to go. Just she was going, just ahead, straight.
Also, the girl who went back, I keep thinking where these 3 villages.
Exactly.
She's safe.
ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಹೋದ್ರು, ನಾನು ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ಬಂದೆ, ಇವ್ರ ಮುಜನ ಎಲ್ಲೋದ್ರೋ ಏನಾದ್ರೋ ಅದಿದ್ದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಟ್ರೂ. ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್ ಚೈತ್ರ?
ಮೇ ಬಿ ತಗಾರು ಅದ ಮೇಲೆ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೋಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಮೇ ಬಿ ವಿತ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಪ್ಲಾನಿಂಗ್ ಶಿ ಕುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ರೀಚ್ಡ್ ಅಟ್ ಡೆಸ್ಟಿನೇಷನ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಲಿ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಟು ಅದರ್ಸ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಹೋದವರು ಹೋಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರು ರೀಚ್ ಆಗೋ ಡೆಸ್ಟಿನೇಷನ್, ಬಟ್ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಅವ್ರು ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದ ಡೆಸ್ಟಿನೇಷನ್ ಹೋಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಮೇ ಬಿ ದ ಲಾಂಗ್ ವೇ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಬೇರೆ ಡೆಸ್ಟಿನೇಷನ್ ಹೋಗಿರ್ಬೋದು.
ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ.
ಈ ಹುಡುಗಿ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಪ್ಲಾನಿಂಗ್ ಇಂದ ಅವಳು
ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಬೇಕೋ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಹೋಗಿರ್ತಾಳೆ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಟ್ರೂ. Yeah. A girl who chose the left path, she went to a village and she got the idea where to go. She discussed with the people over there, and she derouted herself towards her destination. And the girl who went to right side, she went to a farm and also a family over there, and she stayed there for 2 days, and she had better ideas towards how to farm, and she just went back, and she went to her home and she started her own business. And a girl who went straight, she met lot of wolves in the forest, and she learned how to fight and survive in the forest after she did some tricks and techniques to safeguard herself. And the girl who went back, she met lot of other trekkers, and she made lot of friends, and she continued her journey with them. And anyway, the 5th girl who reached by climbing up the tree and locating the proper situation. Like, you can choose different paths. It's not like the same destination you have to reach, but you are ended up in having different experiences. That is very important in anybody's life. It's not like reaching the goal, it's not like getting the solution for our problems, but the experience matters. It may be anything, it may be good, bad, worse, anything, but the experience will remain with you always. What do you say? So whenever you take a decision, whenever you choose a path, it's just your experience. You can always go ahead.
At least you will have a
ಹನ್ನೊಂದುವರೆನಾ?
right.
ನಾನೇನು ಮಾಡಲೇ ಇಲ್ವಾ ಹಾಗಾದರೆ? Oh my god, sorry. So I'm going to give you few cards. You can choose one card. Actually, many cards are there, and based on that, you can start thinking about any situation in your life, and you can anything you can choose. If you don't want that, you can pick the other one also. And turn, it's not the picture, you have to turn and see the sentence.
Oh,
Picture is just to keep you. Don't stay there. You can change also if you want to change the narration. Question not choose but choose another one if you. Yeah, you can choose another if you don't want to.
This matters. This is just for.
It's just a picture because I am attending. I have come here for yoga students, so. You can take a minute's time and you can tell me the topic and also what comes to your mind when you read that sentence. You can tell your own stories.
No, it's a very generic question. Like, I took that decision in my life because.
Yes, anything, any decision, it may be important or a general one, any decision you have taken, any decision in your life, because there should be a story behind that.
For me, it's the person who does not know that they impacted your life.
Correct. Is there any person who impacted your life and he doesn't know that he has impacted in your life?
The first person that comes to my mind is my father. He always thinks he has not done anything for us, like in terms of Asti, like but he has taught us how to face the failures.
Okay. Does he know that he has impacted your life? Have you told him?
We have told him many times, not before. Recently we have told him, but he's still not able to come out of it.
Okay. So, is there anyone else who has impacted your life and he doesn't know that he has impacted?
I'm thinking I'll come back.
Yeah, please. ಪುಟಿ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಬೇಕಾ? ಎಕ್ಸ್ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅಮ್ಮನ ಹತ್ರ? ಅದು ಬೇಡ ಇದು ಕೊಡು ಅಂತ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆನೂ ಇದೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಬೇರೆ ತೊಗೋಬೇಕಾರೆ.
The last time I told a lie is the.
Yeah.
I thought I will change, but I thought probably I should start sticking to whatever I have chosen. That's the reason I did not change. I keep lying to my son, but that's a different story. The last time I told a lie, there was an incident when I was in school. I was not very good when it came to my academics. I think I almost flunked in English. And my parents were called and they said this girl probably cannot sail through the next standard. And once in class they asked me to spell a word called awesome. And I ended up spelling it as O-S-S-O-M-E.
Okay.
And the entire class started laughing. I was very depressed, and for some reason I felt that I cannot overcome this. So that was the biggest lie I told to myself. I can't do it. So there were instances where opportunities which came across, which made me to come out of that I can't became I can. So I always used to see people talking on stage, but I was never on stage. I used to run away in school. But in engineering college, we had programs for students, especially design. So there we were given opportunities to make mistakes, to come on the stage, experiment. So whatever I lied to myself that I cannot do, by experiencing certain things, I understood that not only I, but all of us can do if we stop lying to ourselves that we can't. So that's it.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Nice.
Okay, so my card is what if I were raised by my parents differently? So
That's very applicable.
that's I made small changes. It's my grandparents who brought me up. My parents are still alive, but I brought up as under my grandparents. So to put it in straight thing, I wouldn't have been living the life that I'm living now if I was not brought up the way I was brought up. So I'm having a loving wife, beautiful children, and a house to live and food to eat. At least one of them would be missing if I was not brought up the way I was brought up. So that could have resulted in sorrow, happiness, or whatever. Because I believe the values that my grandparents put me in can be experienced only by a few lucky people in the world. It's not because my grandparents had many grandchildren. They had 7 children, and each one had at least 3-4 kids. I'm the only one who's only son. So, but we have 12-13 cousins. None of them got the warmth and love and the exposure and the knowledge that I have got from my grandparents. Even though 3 of us lived, 2 of my other cousins and me were brought up by my grandparents. So I can see a lot of difference with the life approach that they do have and the life approach that I have, because the kind of knowledge and the practices and the thought processes that they put in my mind, I think only few lucky people in the world can get that kind of upbringing. So if that had changed, definitely I would not have been as successful as I am today. I'm 100% sure about that.
Wonderful. Great. It's really very nice to hear that you don't want to change the way you were brought up. Many children will be having a lot of regrets. I would have brought up like this, like that. This would not have happened in my life, all those things. But it's a wonderful thing that you shared this with us. Good.
During my childhood, I did not like many things. Those things are
Yeah, that is the beauty. When we insist many things to children, definitely they will start scolding us, or they just feel very sad. But when they grow up, then only they will realize. But till that time, we have to survive. Yeah, anybody?
Yes, so after my postgrad,
ಏನು ಬಂದಿರೋದು ನಿಮಗೆ?
I took that decision in my life because.
Okay, fine.
So I had to make a choice whether to come back to Bangalore and continue what I started out, or join a full-time job and live in Mumbai, continue to stay there. I started as a freelancer after my postgrad. Choosing to come back at that point of time felt like taking a U-turn from Mumbai, but I was clear that I can build from here. So that was one decision that I'm proud of all the time.
Okay, so you know why you have taken that decision. Okay, wonderful. So
it's always like you have a tendency to give choices to people, right?
True.
Traveling around the world versus being in one place.
Correct.
So we used to play this game, come to this contrast options and then make people pick. So, what I believe was, if you are in one place, you can build things and keep at it than continuously hopping between cities.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, wonderful. That's true. So it has got its own advantages and disadvantages if you start traveling continuously. But if you stay at one place, that has got a lot of impact. So you chose to stay here. Wonderful. Good. That was a wonderful thing.
A rule I love to break secretly.
Nice.
Okay.
That's why I was thinking secretly.
example, see, some, just I wanted to, if you have anything, you can tell me, I'll tell you later.
No, what I want is actually, I don't, secret means I don't want to tell the whole world. Maybe 1 or 2 people might know it. We don't live in absolute peace. But yes, I don't want to drumbeat everything and tell everyone before I start.
Correct.
So I want, that is not truly a thing I want to do a bit secretly, is my success in professional life. Because I have something in my mind which I'll do maybe to start with the next year, in 1 or 2 years. But yes, I don't want to tell anything what I have and how I will do, and I don't want to tell even my husband. I manage it all by myself. And just yes, I'll give him an idea because he lives so.
Actually,
He doesn't want to tell, but since he's living with
he knows. See, if there is any rule, for example, वहाँ लिखा होता है कि one way, then you are coming from the opposite side. So when you are going in the proper direction, then you will say to the person who is coming from the opposite direction that police is there. But if you are doing the same thing, you are breaking the rule. I do that. I will be breaking that rule, but it's secretly I do that. I'll be just looking how people are coming. Is there anybody standing over there? I'll ask them also, particularly here near Vidyapita Circle. Otherwise, I have to go through that signal. Instead, I'll just pass through that one way. So like that, many rules would be there that we break secretly. So is there any rule, like strict rule or like clause that you want to break secretly?
No rule. I mean, we all are lenient. There is nothing hard and fast unless imposed by someone outsider. So maybe the comment and all as well. So there is no hard and fast rule. Maybe I want to wake up at 4, and that's a very hard thing I can do. Hardest thing to wake up at 4. But
join yoga classes.
just now I told I can. You're telling you can't.
no, I can, but yes, but it needs a lot of determination. I have started, I mean, I have shifted the time a bit up. Half an hour I do. But yes, I want to get up.
So the rule of
Secretly, no one will know I woke up.
yeah, nice.
You say something.
Yeah, like the rule of sleeping for a longer hours. You don't want to. You want to break it secretly by getting up by 4 o'clock itself. That's what you are saying.
Get up and do everything in yoga and these all.
But nobody at your house should get to know. So that's
Is it? Okay, nice.
That's a determination for myself. I can get up and I'll do. I'll get the whole day time for my work, and this is very peaceful. That time is very peaceful in the morning. So for that thing, I want to get up.
Great, nice. Chaitra.
Nobody knew I was say dash, and it was surprise for me too.
So yeah.
ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಅವ್ರ
ಎಲ್ರದ್ದು ಆಯಿತು. ನೀನೇನಾದರೂ ಹೇಳ್ತೀಯಾ ಪುಟ್ಟು? ಮಗು ಏನಾದರೂ ಹೇಳತ್ತಂತ? ಏನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ, ಅದು ತಗೊಂಬ. ಅಮ್ಮ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಾ?
I had to say at that time, but
ನಾನು ಆಗಲೇ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಆದರೆ ಅಂತ ಏನಾದರೂ ಇದೆಯಾ ನಿನ್ನ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ? ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ವಾ? ಇವಾಗ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಅಪ್ಪಂಗೆ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀಯಲ್ಲ ನೀನು, ಅವರು ಪೇಪರ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಟೀಚರು, ಆಗಲೇ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು, ನಾನು ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಕೊಡೋ ತನಕ ವೆಯ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದಿತ್ತು ಅಂತೇನಾದರೂ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ಯಾ? ಇಲ್ವಾ? ಏನಾದರೂ ಆ ಥರ ಅಜ್ಜಿಗೋ ತಾತಂಗೋ ನಾನು ಆಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು, ಆದರೆ ಹೇಳಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಥರ ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ವಾ? ತಕ್ಷಣ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀಯಾ? ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ಯಾ ಆ ಥರ?
ಏನಾದರೂ ಆಗಿದ್ದರೆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೊತ್ತು ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ.
ಹೇಳ್ತೀಯಾ? ಏನಾಯಿತು ನಿನ್ನೆ ಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲಿ?
ನೆನ್ನೆ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ.
ಸ್ಕೂಲೇ ಇರಲಿಲ್ವಾ? ಮೊನ್ನೆ
ಅಸೆಂಬ್ಲಿ ಇತ್ತು.
ಹಾಂ.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಂಗ್ ಹಾಡಿದ್ವಿ.
ಹಾಂ, ಯಾವುದು?
ಚಟಕ ಚಟಕ.
ಹಾಂ.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಾರೆ.
ಹೇಳಿದ್ಯಾ ಹಾಡು? ಹೇಳ್ದಿ ನೀನು ಅಂತ ಹಾಡು ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಮನೇಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ಯಾ? ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್.
ಅವರೇ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ರು.
ಓಕೆ. ನಿಂಗೆ ಹೇಳೋಕ್ಕೆ ಅವಕಾಶ ಸಿಕ್ಕಲೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅವರೇ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು. ವೆರಿ ನೈಸ್. ಆ ಥರ ಏನಾದರೂ ಇದ್ದರೆ ನಾನು ಅವಾಗ ಹೇಳಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರೋದು, ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ನಿಂಗೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಅನಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳು ನನಗೆ, ಓಕೆನಾ? ನೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ನಿಮ್ಗೇನಾದರೂ ಹೇಳೋಕ್ಕಿದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳೋಕ್ಕಾದರೆ ಫೈನ್, ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಸಮ್ ಟೈಮ್. ಅಥವಾ ನನಗೆ ಇದು ಹೇಳೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಲೂ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಒಂದು ಸತಿ ಏನಾಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂದರೆ, ನನ್ನ ಮಗಳು ಚಿಕ್ಕವಳಿರುವಾಗ, ವೆನ್ ಮೈ ಡಾಟರ್ ವಾಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್, I was cutting this lady's finger. She just swallowed one piece. She was very young, maybe 1.5, 2 years old. And it was like stuck here. I didn't know what to do. Just I lifted her upside down and then I put my finger into her throat and removed that. I did not know that I would do like that. It was so scary. She was unable to cough also. I did not know that I could do this, but I did that. So that's how you can relate with anything. So many things would have happened in our lives. That we take some decisions, we do some actions. It's surprising for us also. Like it's a small kid and we have brought up very delicately and we don't know if something happens, why I would have done like that. What made me to take that decision on the spot? So even now if I think how I can put my finger into her throat like that, there was no space. So something would have happened. So that's one thing. So what do you understand by this activity? So how do you feel after sharing your very personal and intimate things with your close circle people?
It's giving better understanding of what each individual is, how they think, how they behave in certain situations. So what kind of decisions they took.
Correct.
So it's about a person.
True.
Only we're getting to know them better.
True.
Confidence is not easy for anyone. When you're placed in a group, I was happy that people are honest about what they're sharing.
True.
Feel good factor. Like you know each other well.
Definitely.
Moreover, it's like just one more layer, going a little bit deeper inside than just looking at everything very surface level.
True. It's also sharing our thoughts with others and also knowing about ourselves. So that also would have happened. Anything else?
I think by this exercise, maybe few of us might have realized that when we went back to think of whatever might have happened, now we are thinking like, okay, did I really do that? Was I that person? So there's a transformation that has happened from what we were 10 years back to what we are now. So probably we are realizing that, okay, this is how I was. So there's a progress. So it's a good indication.
Definitely. True. So whenever we meet a person after so many days, we also observe that that person has changed and that person also observes that I have changed. But sometimes we don't accept that. But if we understand by ourselves, yes, I have changed, I have grown, I have evolved in all these years, then that gives a better understanding about the other person and also about ourselves. So the last activity, I may take another 5 minutes. Agboda? Tumba late aita?
We don't want the session to end.
So the last one, all of you can take one sheet. All of you are having pen and paper, right? Pen, right?
Yeah.
I'll give you the paper.
Can I take a picture of this? The questions?
You can, yeah, definitely.
After borrowing it from her.
Yeah, you can take it, no issue. Actually, I have designed only for today's session. Yesterday night I did. Maybe till now I never do such last minute preparation, but this time.
We keep playing such things like we do Kalin's night out
Games like games.
Wonderful. If we do such things in the family, that too with kids, it gives, you will come to know what happens. So all of you, ನೀನು ಪೇಪರ್ ತಗೋಬಿಟ್ಟು, ಪೆನ್ ಇದೆಯಾ ರಜಾ? ಪೆನ್ ಇದೆಯಾ? ನೀನೊಂದು ಪೆನ್ ತಗೋ. ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಒಂದು ಪೆನ್ ಇದೆ, ತಗೋ. So now, just listen to the instruction. All of you should close your eyes and imagine a story about yourself, and without opening your eyes, write the picture, whatever the story you have imagined, how much ever you can write it on that paper by closing your eyes.
Draw through words.
No words, only picture, drawing. There should be a picture. ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕಣ್ಮುಚ್ಕೊಂಡು ಒಂದು ಕತೆ ನೆನಪಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಆ ಕತೆ ನಿನ್ನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ನಿನ್ನ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ, ಅದು ಕಣ್ಮುಚ್ಕೊಂಡು ಆ ಚಿತ್ರನ ಬರಿಬೇಕು ಪೇಪರ್ ಮೇಲೆ.
So real life situation that has happened already.
Yes. Or that has happened in your life. Yes. About yourself. A story about yourself. ಕಣ್ಮುಚ್ಕೊಂಡು ಚಿತ್ರ ಬರಿಬೇಕಷ್ಟೆ. ಸೊ 1 ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ, 1 ನಿಮಿಷ ಟೈಮ್ ಕೊಡೋದು ನಾನು. ಓಕೆ, ಫೈನ್. ವೆನ್ ಯು ಸೇ ಯು ಆರ್ ರೆಡಿ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಎಸ್, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ರೆಡಿ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ದ ಕ್ಲಾಕ್. ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದರೂ ಒಂದು ಘಟನೆ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಅಥವಾ ನಾನು ಹೀಗೆ ಅಂತ ನಿಮಗೇನೋ ಅನಿಸಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಅಥವಾ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್, ಎನಿ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್, ಎನಿ ಈವೆಂಟ್ ದಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಲೈಫ್, ಅಥವಾ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ರಿಲೇಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನೀವು ಯಾವುದೋ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿರೋ, ತುಂಬ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಮತ್ತು ಅದೇ ತಲೆಗೆ ಬರೋಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರುವಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಲೈಫ್, ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಬ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಪೇಪರ್.
In terms of
ಡ್ರಾಯಿಂಗ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ, ನೋ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಬರಿಬೇಕು ಅನಿಸ್ತು, ನೀವು ಯಾವುದೋ, ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಒಂದು ಹೇಳೋದು, ನೀವೆಲ್ಲೋ ಒಂದು ಟ್ರಿಪ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿರ್ತೀರಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ನಡೆದಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಬರಿಬೋದು. ಲೈಕ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್, ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಲೈಫ್. 1 ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್, ಎಲ್ಲ ರೆಡಿನಾ? ಓಕೆ, 1 minute. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಐಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಡ್ರಾಯಿಂಗ್.
ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇದೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿ. ಏನೋ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಏನೋ ಬೇಡ.
Only 1 minute you have.
Any corrections? Looking.
No. You have only 1 minute, so just do it. Another 10 seconds. Done? Yeah, you can stop. Yeah, all of you can show it to each other. What is it actually?
So it's a mountain that I keep climbing.
Okay.
There are 7 hills.
Uh-huh.
So that's one story that always stays with me, the climb.
Okay, you want to climb all 7 hills?
No, I've already done that.
Oh, you have already done that. What are those 7 hills?
Kumarparvata.
Huh. Okay. So all 7 hills are there together at one place. Okay. So I thought 7 places you have visited. Okay, wonderful, good.
Also, this also reflects the first 50k ran. That was also similar terrain. That's why I drew the trees on the left. The coffee estate.
Okay.
So this is
You can show it to everyone. She has climbed up all 7 hills,
So this is
crossing the 7 hills.
drawing of the same location.
Oh, Kumara Parvata only. Oh, wonderful.
All 3 of us have written the same thing. I
Okay.
have been there. I mean, I didn't write the other son's picture.
Huh.
I mean, after 2 kids, I went there and I was there on the peak. So that was my happiest moment.
Oh, wonderful.
With the kids, yeah. Both
Kumara Parvata, all the 3 of you are sharing the same
That's
picture.
again our place.
I've been there about 15 to 18 times now.
Is it?
Every year it's a ritual.
Oh my God. Wonderful. So your picture?
Yeah, me and my sister.
Uh-huh. Wonderful.
So we used to play this when we were younger. We used to play games. Like once I used to be Raja, once she used to be Raja, and we used to that pillow and all we used to arrange. We used to sit on the chair. Tum aao.
Okay.
When she had her turn, tum aao. Ye kyun kiya, like that we used to play and then.
Oh, nice. So nice. So in between is it pillow or?
It's bed and something arranged on the bed, the pillow and cushions, covers, all those things.
Okay.
Blankets.
So what does your sister do now?
She actually she was under him in yoga. She was doing yoga here itself, and she only told me about that. She is an IT engineer.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Is she in Bangalore?
Gurgaon.
Gurgaon. So both of you are not meeting very often nowadays.
No.
No.
Last year she was married. We met in April, and now. I mean, we have video call we do daily.
So missing that pillow fighting with her.
Yes. That was like playing teacher also.
Okay.
So draw on this.
So she wants to do the corrections, huh? Okay. Yeah, yourself?
I like teaching, so probably I wrote students and myself teaching students. So that is something which I
Oh, wonderful. You can show it to others also.
so that is what I did.
You were teaching before?
No, but I started. So
Wonderful.
Last 10-15 days back, it so happened that Diamond Sagar College, I studied from there. So I passed out in 2011. For some reason, I had attended one of the alumni meet. So they thought, why don't you try giving a session for 1 hour? So I felt very nice teaching those students how
Nice.
to face interviews and things like that. So they felt very happy. So I liked the kind of response I got. So they were happy, so I was happy.
Wonderful. And you have drawn very nicely.
Stayed with me.
Great. Nice. Chaitra?
ಮೇಡಮ್ ಇದು ಡ್ರೈವ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ನೇಚರಲ್ಲಿ ಸೊ ರೋಡು ಮತ್ತೆ ಕಾಡು.
ಓ ವೆರಿ ನೈಸ್. ತೋರಿಸಿ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ. ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಕಣ್ಮುಚ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕಾರ್ ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಅಲೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ವೆರಿ ನೈಸ್. ಬಹುಶಃ ಅದು ನೀರಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಳುಗೋಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಮಳೆಗಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಮಳೆಗಾಲದಲ್ಲೇ. ವೆರಿ ನೈಸ್. ಯು ಲವ್ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲಿಂಗ್ ದೆನ್. ಓಕೆ. ಯಾರು ಡ್ರೈವರ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು? ನೈಸ್. ಪುಟ್ಟು ನೀನೇನು ಬರ್ದಿ? ಐಸ್ ಕ್ರೀಮ್. ವಾವ್. ತೋರಿಸು ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ. ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್. ವೆರಿ ನೈಸ್. ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲ್. So all stories are really wonderful. What did you understand, like when you closed your eyes and started writing? How did you align things on the paper? And what was going on in your mind?
I think when you open your eyes, you have a lot of distractions.
Mm-hmm.
But when you close your mind, you get to know what exactly you actually want.
Wonderful thought.
I think that is whatever you are missing, I think that comes on the paper.
Great
or
thought.
probably what you like comes on the paper. So every activity that your making us do has something behind it. That's what I understood.
Also, when you're closing your eyes and writing, checking the boundaries, like
exactly.
You are not randomly writing it. Right?
Correct.
So you are looking where you are writing it. Trying to make it in a proper
Within the frame.
within
Correct.
the frame, yeah.
True. Yeah. That's a wonderful thing you have identified.
And this was intuitional. We are not putting logic. Is this right? Am I putting weight? Am I choosing the right thing?
Correct.
I was so surprised. We have a huge family, 13 of us. And all three of us pick the same place.
Exactly. See, really, it's very surprising. Very
And
nice.
It's not like siblings are not bonded. We have great times together and like there's a lot of attachment. Everything is there. At least personally to me, this place is more like a mother than my mother, because every year I go and come back. It literally gives me what I have missed out in that year.
Great. ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲ್. ಈವನ್ ಕುಮಾರ ಪರ್ವತದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋದು ಅದು ತುಂಬ ಕಷ್ಟದ ಟ್ರೆಕ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತಲೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ನನ್ನ ಮಗ ಪ್ರತಿ ಸತಿ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ್ಲೂ ನಾನು ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ಪೋನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಈಗ ಬೇಡ, ಇದು ಮಳೆಗಾಲ, ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ 21. ಅವನೇನು ಕೇಳಲ್ಲ ನನ್ನನ್ನು, ಎಲ್ಲವಾಗಲೂ ಏನು ಕೇಳಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಇದು ಅವ್ನಿಗಿನ್ನೂ ಹೊಂದ್ಕೋತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅವ್ನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸು ಯಾರೋ ಮಿಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಅಂತೇನು ಬಿಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ ಅವನು. ಅವ್ರು ಟ್ರೆಕ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಹೋಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ 4 ವರ್ಷ ಮಾಡಿದು, ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಬೇರೆ ಬಂದು. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಗೇನು ಅನಿಸ್ತು?
It was nice because recently when I went there, last 2 weeks before I went to Kumar Parvata. So Kumar Parvata peak ಮುಂಚೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕಲ್ಮಂಟಪ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. So I spent some time over there. Generally we are always in a hurry to finish the trek.
So you remembered all these things while writing this?
Yes. Actually, because I reflected upon that, and the moments that I spent in that Kalmanpa was very awesome, because there was a nice breeze that was coming, and we can see the forest in the down, because as we climb up there won't be any trees. So I was able to ride the hill, and then the small Kalmanpa, it doesn't look like a Kalmanpa on my bike. Okay, so yeah, but I also tried to put some forests, whatever that I could recall.
Very nice. The time was also like 1 minute only. ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ನನಗೆ ಇದು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ, ಅಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಜನರಲ್ಲಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದರು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಬರೀರಿ ಅಂತ. ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಕೊಳಲು ಮತ್ತು ಒಂದು ನವಿಲ್ಗರಿ ಬರೆಯೋಳಿದ್ದೆ. ಬಟ್ ನನಗೆ ಅಲೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ದು ತುಂಬ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ನನಗೆ ಆವತ್ತೇ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದ್ದು. ನಾನು 2-3 ಬೆರಳನ್ನು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಪೆನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಟಚ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ಕೊಳಲು ಉದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಿಬೇಕಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಈ 2 ಮಧ್ಯದ ಬೆರಳು ಮಧ್ಯ, ಸೊ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಅಲೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ ನಾನು. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲೋ ಹೊಟ್ಟೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇದು ಖಂಡಿತ ಇದು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಬರೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಒಬ್ಬೊಬ್ರದ್ದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ತುಂಬ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಚೈತ್ರ, ನೀವು ಬರೆಯುವಾಗ ಕಣ್ಮುಚ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಿಮ್ಗೇನು ಅನಿಸ್ತು? ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಸೋ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಡನ್. ಅದು ಲೈನ್ಸು, ಕಾರು ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಆ ರೋಡ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮರದ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೊಟ್ಟೋಗಿದ್ದಿದ್ರೆ ಕಾರು ಕಣ್ಮುಚ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರೆಯುವಾಗ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ.
ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಅನಿಸ್ತು. ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾವು ಇವಾಗ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ನಾನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆನ್ ದ ವೇ ರೋಡಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಥರ ಫೀಲ್ ಬಂತು. ಆ ಕಡೆ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಗಿಡ ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಸ್ಟೇಟು. ಆನ್ ದ ವೇ ಟು ಹೊರನಾಡಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ದಾರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ರೋಡ್ ಜರ್ನಿನ ನಾನು ತುಂಬಾ ಎಂಜಾಯ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಪ್ರತಿ ಸತಿ ಶೃಂಗೇರಿಯಿಂದ ಹೊರನಾಡಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ. ಸೊ ಅದೇ ಈಗ 1 ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ಮೈಂಡಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಣ್ಣು ಮುಂದೆ ಅದೇ ಬಂದಂಗೆ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತು ನನಗೆ.
ಈಗ ಅದನ್ನೇ ನೀವು ಪೇಪರ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಬರೆಯುವಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತಾ ರೋಡ್ಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತಾ ಕಾರು, ಅಥವಾ ಮರದ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತಾ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ?
ರೋಡ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ.
ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲ್. ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ನಾವ್ಯಾರೂ ಇಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ನಿಂಗೇನು ಅನಿಸ್ತು ಕಣ್ಮುಚ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರೆಯುವಾಗ? ಮಾಡ್ದಿ ಸರಿ. ಬರೆಯುವಾಗ ಅದು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಒಂಚೂರು ನೋಡ್ಲಾ ಅಂತ ಅನಿಸ್ತಿತ್ತಾ? ನೋಡಿದ್ಯಾ? ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ಶಿ ಈಸ್ ಸೋ ಆನೆಸ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಸೆಷನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡಿಂಗ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ, ನೀವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ, ಈಗ ಸ್ಟೋರೀಸ್ ಥ್ರೂ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ವಿಷಯಗಳು ಗೊತ್ತಾಯಿತು, ಅದೆಲ್ಲನೂ ನಾವು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ನಾವು ತುಂಬ ಈ ಥರ ಟರ್ಮಿನಾಲಜೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸೈಕಾಲಜಿ ಅಥವಾ ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ನಾವು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ನಮ್ಮ ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತಲು ಏನು ರಿಲೇಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಥವಾ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಏನಿದೆ ನಂದು ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ, ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಸತಿ ನಾವು ಸ್ಟಕ್ ಆಗ್ತೀವಿ ಲೈಫ್ನಲ್ಲಿ. ಆವಾಗ ನೀವು ಯಾವುದೇ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಪಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಓದ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನು ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ ಅಥವಾ ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ ರಿಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತೀರಿ, ಅಥವಾ ಆ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರುತ್ತಾ ಅಥವಾ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಇನ್ಸೈಟ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತಾ, ಅಥವಾ ಮೆನಿ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಮೇ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್. ಸೊ ಸ್ಟೋರೀಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಅಸ್. ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಟ್ರೆಡಿಷ್ನಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಹ್ಯೂಜ್ ಎಪಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ರಾಮಾಯಣ ಮಹಾಭಾರತ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋಷ್ಟು ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿರೋಷ್ಟು ವೆರೈಟೀಸ್ ಬಹುಶಃ ನಿಮಗೆ ಜಗತ್ತಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೆಲ್ಲೂ ಸಿಕ್ಕೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Even not only in India, even if you consider the stories of the world also, you will get lot of folk stories and many what we call Puranas, and many stories you are going to get. So at that point of time in your life, you will come to know what is that you are expecting or what can be done. That story would guide you. So you can think about all these things and share your thoughts also or insights also, because if you read any these personality development skills books or any stories, all those things, all those stories will give lot of values, lot of ethics or learnings. Even they will teach us how to lead life in day-to-day activities also. So many things we will come to know. One thing is stories already written that we read, and another part is stories we are building in ourselves and our own stories. How important it is to our life. Many times we ignore the sensations. Recently I have attended Vipassana program, so I could talk more about sensations. Of course, Rajesh influenced or inspired me to go there. So you can relate to your body sensations also whenever you read a story, whenever you come across any specific emotions. That would see how it is going to help you. I'm not like tell it will help you, it will give you a lesson, it will teach you something, you will come out of it, you will get the solution. I don't want to say all those things. Just experience it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rajesh.